Well, hey there, dog lovers. I'm getting ready to take Argo on a walk today. It's his first walk of the day. You guys remember Argo from my last video where he was pulling me quite a bit and I had made this little makeshift harness for him. The owner actually contacted me and said that she had some harnesses laying around the house. She just hadn't brought them out yet. And so I wanted to try one of these harnesses today. Although I do think that learning how to make a makeshift harness is important. So I'm glad that I did that for you guys anyway. You're going to have to pull that out of your back pocket at some point. So it might as well be from me. Now, before I get geared up and put on my coat and get ready to go out, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about this particular harness, what I like about it, what I don't like about it, and also what you should be shopping for when you are trying to pick out a functional, good harness for your dog. So this is the harness that I have picked out. It's pretty cool looking. It's got this nice Army Navy pattern happening with this little tag here. Pretty efficient. So it also has this pretty cool handle right here in case I need to grab him quickly. And as you can see, it's got the back clip here. So if you wanted to clip it to both the back clip and the front clip, you're welcome to. They do sell two-sided leashes like that. I want to point something else out about this harness that I don't like, and that is this wiggle room. You see that? You see this wiggle? Yeah, we don't want this, okay? There's way too much room here for him to pull you, and oftentimes that can create some rashes around his torso. We want it to be nice and snug, and we want it to be actually functional and not just there for cool looks. But I have to admit, he does look pretty cool in his harness. Now, when you're walking your dog, it should always be broken up into different segments. So you have the potty portion of the walk, as well as the training portion of the walk, and then you go back to the potty portion of the walk. You might be able to squeeze in more training depending on how long your walks are. But if you pull quite like Argo has been pulling, I would recommend keeping your walks a little bit shorter, and that way you don't have to worry about exhausting yourself and your dog. Now, the potty portion of the walk should always be you guiding him over to a certain spot that you wish for your dog to relieve themselves. This is going to help keep your dog from peeing and pooping in random places that you didn't want them to initially pee and poop on. And that's going to keep your neighborhood a little bit cleaner because you're always going to expect them to go to the bathroom in a certain specific spot. Argo, go potty. Giving him a little bit of a nice loose leash while he goes to sniff around and go to the bathroom. Good boy, good boy. Very good boy. Look at that tail going. Now, Argo and I are walking past this cemetery here. We are currently located in Kempsford, England, and Kempsford is a really old town built in like the 1700s. And there's a lot of old buildings here, including this massive Gothic church behind me, which is just, I mean, if there's any kind of reminder that I would like to have that I am not in the US, this massive Gothic looking church is one of them. Now, this cemetery here is actually located right at the end of a dead end. So this is actually a really good spot to do some leash walking techniques that I wanted to work on with him. And that way when we walk back, hopefully I have his focus a little bit more. His focus is still pretty much all over the place, despite the fact that he has a harness on. Although the harness is helping quite a bit. We're going to go ahead and walk inside this cemetery and try not too much to disturb the dead and the peace here, and just show a little respect for it. The sun is starting to peek out a little bit. You see it? You see it there? So I'm going to put my shades back on. Now, you're probably noticing that I am walking him in the middle of the street here, and there's a reason why. I am surrounded by a bunch of stuff for him to go sniff and be excited about. And as much as I appreciate the fact that he can go be excited about it, again, I am breaking up his walk. I want full control over where he goes to poop, where he goes to pee and where he goes to sniff. And so right now, if I'm giving him the option of sniffing all these things at once, I'm never getting home. And he's gonna pull me everywhere. So I'm gonna continue walking in the middle of the street, and I'm gonna be very cautious about any cars that pass me. But luckily, this is a quiet neighborhood. While I'm walking him down the street, I wanna make sure that I have him on a pretty tight lead here, right? He's staying right by my side. I'm not giving him the space to go roam around like we practice with our loose leash walking. We want to keep this tight lead, because if I give him the space to go roam around, he's going to, and he's gonna start pulling me. My arm's gonna get sore, and I'm gonna get cranky, and we don't want any of that. Some of these homes here look like something from Philadelphia. It feels pretty close to home, actually, in a weird way, despite the fact that I'm overseas. I was born in Camden, New Jersey, and then I grew up 10 minutes south of that where it's safe. If you know, you know. And then behind me here, this is definitely Jersey looking, Philadelphia looking type of vibe here. I stand corrected. It's dirty Jers and Smelladelphia. I'm pretty sure that going to the UK and spending time in Kempsford is like the American equivalent of going and booking a trip to the USA and going to Texas and getting a country hat and doing some country line dancing. But in all seriousness, this has been a lovely walk, and we are almost at the pub, and we're gonna get some fish and chips, although for me I think it'll just be some chips because I don't do fish or meat. So just the chips and some drinks and some fun, and it's gonna be good. I'm stoked about it. Let's do this.